Hi, welcome to a stream. Suddenly game audio. It's a really short stream today. Hopefully the game audio is okay. Just gonna do some stuff in this game for a little while before I have to go to an appointment. So, hello. Every time I exit out of the game window, the audio is no longer there. Yep. So, this character is all about spinning in place and also spinning while not in place. And they're my favorite. First, I gotta put on all of my toggle buffs, of which there are that many. Now I can do stuff. Alright, so I want to go nowhere yet. I feel like this game is going to be a little bit too loud. Because it might not sound too loud right now, but it's going to have explosions and stuff probably. You know, as games do. I want that. That's all. But yeah. Hold on a moment. Gonna make sure of some things. Right. I think there's actually just nobody here yet, at least according to Twitch. Hello, myself. How are you today? Yeah, this game seems like it gets pretty loud when I'm actually killing stuff. Let's turn it down a little bit more. Is that okay? I wonder? Oh, you're here. Hello. Hi, Isa. When I checked, it said there was nobody. Is this the right way? Yeah. It's always hard for me to tell when there's nobody here versus when it's broken. Oh, there was an ad. Tell me if the game seems too loud, because it does make a lot of noise when I actually fight stuff, like that. Compared to the amount of noise it makes when I'm not, which is very small. Grim Dawn is something. Might be a tad loud. Alright, I'll lower it some more. Alright, I've lowered it a little bit more. Well, it doesn't drown me out, but still. Maybe we'll see if it's too quiet now, I don't know. So, I don't know how clear this has been through stuff I've streamed, but whenever there's a game like this and there's an option that's just doing like a whirlwind spinny attack, I always like it a lot for some reason. I don't know what it is about the spin that appeals to me so much, but something does. I do tend to prefer simplicity, and it is like just holding a button and moving. and then pressing some other buttons occasionally. I don't really main the links. I don't have a main in Smash right now. It was like the Mii Gunner, but then I took a long enough time without playing Smash Bros. That my skill and what characters I like and what I'm good with have reset, and I don't know what they are anymore. We should play that more sometime. I know you're being silly, but... This character does have a slight problem with the amount of energy they spend to attack right now. But I guess that's a reason to have several hundred of each type of potion. So that's fine. I could zoom in, I guess. Typically, that's not really a good, helpful thing to do. It's just I realized that if you're watching this on the stream, it probably looks like there's a lot of empty space and then just like a swirly bit in the center. I got an achievement. I mean, yeah. I don't know what that achievement means, actually. I wish there was like a recent achievements option. I don't think there is. Oh well. Probably just kill a whole bunch of X, Y, or Z, or something. Anyway, what I'm doing right now is heading towards a optional dungeon that's supposed to be hard and gives you good rewards. I did it some last night and I managed it, so I feel like I can do it again, and I want to. It's called the Steps of Torment. Technically we're in the Steps of Torment, but you have to get to the part where there's a gate that takes a key. Also, I missed a devotion shrine in this part of the Steps of Torment, I think. And those are important. Yeah, there it is. How did I miss this? I think that enemy spawned on the wrong side of the wall. Oh, they fixed it. Hooray! Oh, that's a lot of junk. I've had to make the game set so it only displays like, because there's a very elaborate loot filter. And like this quality bit over here, magic items can still be technically useful, but there's just too dang many of them for me to like understand what's going on. So I had to limit what it displayed. Oh, it's that rifle that shoots a net that's weird. I don't like that. And a belt. Okay. That's alright, I think. Hi Juan, you're good. I love you. Thanks for stopping by. Where is the next bit? Probably all the way up there. Take that, vases. Yeah. I wonder how possible it is for people to understand what's happening if they don't know much about this game. Because I'm just kind of like exploding into lightning and stuff randomly. And there's all these different colors and effects everywhere. I imagine it's kind of not easy to tell what's going on. Something happened. Probably. And here's the gate that takes the key that I mentioned. So first I need to clear my inventory out of all this junk.
I'll give you a good price on what I've got left.
Yeah. Technically, I should actually bother to read these. Those are pretty decent resistances, I guess. But I don't know. Oh, whatever. I don't have time for reading. Or contemplating deeply.
See you around.
Do I know this recipe? No. Okay.
Safe storage, no questions asked. Keep an eye on this.
Probably don't need to keep that rifle, but I'll sort through that later. Anyway, time for the part that's supposedly difficult. The gates of anguish have been opened. Make haste, as they will not remain open for long. This game's very dramatic sometimes. What are these? Monsters are fast, but more crowd controllable. My attacks are slower, but I resist ether. Monsters slow me, but attack slower. Okay, weird. My attack speed's kind of important, but I'll deal with that. I guess it's not really that important. You might notice that the areas in this zone have names like suffering and anguish and misery. And I forgot to put in this point. I'm being attacked though, I think probably. Whatever attacked me got killed by my minions and my retaliation. Not literal retaliation, because that's a stat that I'm not using. The thing that explodes when I get hit, that I have. Hooray! Did I not open that? Oh, I did. It's just the stuff on the floor. Okay. Random breakable wall that has no purpose! Yay! Also, it's worth noting that when you're in this area, you can't just teleport out. So, like, yeah. This is supposed to be like a challenge room, where it's hard to not die and stuff. But I killed everything. Hooray, I did it! Hello! It's having difficulty keeping up. I'm getting all these bonuses and stuff. What is this? Powered Scorch Room leg wraps. Two-handed legendary sword. It's all about piercing, I guess? Huh. Okay. Weird, but okay. That enemy was reflective, so I took some damage by doing damage. I think. Brawlgar, the Flame Watcher. I love randomly generated enemy names in games like this. They're just silly. Well, they're not entirely random because they're probably pulled from a list, but still. Ooh, this room's not on the map. It's a secret, which doesn't have a lot in it. It's just kind of there. That's fine. That one skeleton was just slowly trying to get through my, all my random stuff that's sitting around doing damage. I should note that this character is on the elite difficulty, so it's kind of crazy that I'm able to destroy everything. Krolagor, the Tormented. Maybe it's not that crazy, I don't know. It's fun though. I like spinning. Whee. Level up. Oh. What's that? Oh, a recipe. Neat. I didn't even notice I picked that up. Anguish! Yay! All these edgy names. I still want a game of this type that's less grim and dark. Something more whimsical, maybe? Colorful? Also, it's pretty funny to me that, there's a type of crossbow called an assault scorpion. For some reason. That's something. Can I not go this way? Yeah. Right. I guess there's not a whole lot for me to talk about when it's just me and I'm spinning. Spinning, spinning. So much spinning. There's a NPC here who sells stuff, but they won't let you sell stuff to the NPC to clear out your inventory. Which is a little rude. But like inventory management is part of the deal with areas like this, I guess. Where do I want to go exactly? Well, this way, I guess. Occasionally my character makes a noise like they got hurt, but for some reason it's not when they get hurt. I was frozen for a second there. Oh, and again. I guess it's these frost revenants doing that. There's also just some things on the ground that shoot ice randomly, I think. Bark, bark, says the dog. Thanks for your contribution to the stream, Lily. I think it's because there's vacuuming happening. Yep. Well, it's more interesting than the not anything that I'm saying. Probably. Another secret area over here. All of those fire pillar things, by the way, those are mines that I'm throwing. So they're not dangerous to me. In this game, it can sometimes be hard to tell what stuff is on your side, like in terms of all the effects flying around. Through that gate is the actual boss of this place. And the rewards, I suppose. He's more painful than the other enemies in here, as you might imagine. But I can kill him. Hooray! I want to wait for his painful fire circle to go away before I pick up his stuff. Please go away, painful fire circle. Thank you. Chaos, huh? And then treasure. A few epic things in a recipe and stuff in there, I think. Ta-da! That was a challenge dungeon thing. It was shorter than I thought.
See anything you like?
Now let's sort through all the junk that I got. That's not a bad gun. I don't think I'd use it. Chronomancers. Time warp on block. Huh. It's less interesting than it sounds like, it looks like. Eh. Most of this stuff isn't going to be worth a lot, most likely. Though I'm not entirely sure what I'm looking for either, to be fair. I'm not the best at this game. I don't know what's good. Um, hmm. Well, that's really good for one of my characters. Hooray.
See you around. Got something you need stashed? It's safe with me, promise.
Well, that's also good for one of my characters.
Got something you need
Not that I
stashed?
can craft it, most likely. I should just put all the stuff that I know I'm going to need to hold onto over there. doesn't need to be in my actual, like, likely to be used inventory area. It can just be in, like, the farthest bag. Anyway, I guess I'll just do some more random stuff. Still got time. Sorry if this isn't the most interesting stream. I don't know. That's what I felt like doing. There's not a lot to talk about, though. So let's do some random dungeon thing. Thanks for making it the darkest one that you can't see in. I guess. I haven't really tried doing this Shattered Realm stuff too much on this difficulty. I don't really know how good the rewards are. But you don't get any drops until, like, the end, so... Rygonaunt? Who comes up with these enemy names, I wonder? Alright. Also, if anyone has said anything in the chat in the last, like, 15 minutes, I probably haven't seen it. It looks like nobody is saying anything, and that not many people are here. But hello to the people who are here. Thank you for watching. I'm always a little paranoid that Twitch chat is breaking, which is weird, because it's a lot more likely that I just don't have ongoing discussion happening. Oh well. Fabius and Abathis the Withered. Okay. I feel like I tend to play as character builds in games that don't even need to learn the differences between the enemy types. Because everything just either dies or I die suddenly and I don't know why. Bagaroth, the Insatiable. Portal is over here. Whoop. Sometimes the game remembers it has music in it. Clearly I should have played like the Kirby Cafe soundtrack instead of the game's audio. Oh, I got hurt in some capacity. Rydal Golvor, I didn't read that fast enough. Swilius. What? Okay. That looks like a mess over here. Oh, it's Swilius again. Didn't I literally just killed you. But okay. I think that was actually several of the same champions that I had just killed. Weird. And here's a boss fight. The end.
Well done.
I must delve deeper. You can stop the boss drums now, game. No? Okay, there you go. I'm not sure how deep I could get in these Shattered Realms. Maybe I should just keep going until I die. That'd be fun. Guardian Yaharum. Alright. Avronath. A lot of the enemy names in this game sound like the sort of names I would put Toraxteria. Sound like the sort of names I would come up with in elementary or middle school fantasy novels that I wrote a little bit. I don't mean to be insulting. It must be difficult to come up with like a huge list of fantasy enemy champion names. And like, I don't know, they make me laugh. I don't know why. There's a kind of earnestness to names like that I can appreciate. Wait, Haldros the Burning Bile? Burning Bile is one word? Alright, sure. Why not? Chromalis. They sound like they're really trying to be cool a lot of the time. This is an area I haven't actually gotten to in the main game yet that has really good atmospheric music that works better when the area's actual lore and tone are properly taken into account and it's not just full of random monsters that are exploding. Oh no, it's Xanax the Electrified. That's really close to a medication that I've tried before. Not the electrified part. Malarg! Okay, this is just entirely me laughing about enemy names at this point, but that's fine. How well does the spinning fit the tone and the lore? I would say probably not really at all. It's probably one of the sillier things you can choose to do. Maybe that's another reason why I like it. Also, hey, the Twitch chat does work. Yes. Hooray! Boris, Master of the Pit, is the boss? Really? That's like a mini-boss named enemy. I must delve deeper. The drums don't really stop. Here we have some nice battlements. Everyone can appreciate some nice battlements now and then. You know, maybe that's one of the reasons I kind of wish there was a sillier, more lighthearted game of this genre, because I don't know, it feels like they try to be serious and grim, and then there's just like screens filled with a billion monsters that you're mowing down, and there's explosions everywhere, and I don't know, it feels a little bit clashing. Not quite as clashing as like the Super Paper Mario plot and Mario characters, probably. But you know. Also my character glowing in 15 different ways at the same time. It'd be really hard to like have a regular conversation with someone who was glowing this much, I think. But yeah. Flettrius Maw. Cicrix the Skittering. Cicrix sounds kind of like a medication as well. Havalaldos. Doesn't really roll on this one. What was that one? There was another one in there. I think it... I want to say that that enemy had the subtitle The Jaws of Oblivion. But that might just be wishful thinking. That would be good. Dialogue like that. The hero rotated rapidly and slew the beast. I like it. That's the kind of ridiculous tone I would take. Some kind of Howard Dean scream happened there at the end. Oh boy, sewers. Every game has a sewer level. One of the few things I don't like about this game, other than maybe how grim it is the occasional poop joke item. Because I don't get how that can be funny. But... Zooth Algalon. Algathon? Yeah. How is poop funny? I do not understand. Many people seem to think that it is, but I don't get it. Why am I looking at the map as if I need to figure out where to go? I just need to go and destroy. I haven't seen these sewers before either. They're probably part of the expansion I haven't gotten to. One of the expansions. Dulsar. Who's the boss this time? It's Hagalvar? Hagalvar? Don't recognize this enemy. I don't think. I must delve deeper. Sometimes there's like shrines. Increase resistance against all damage, but your health is reduced. Sure, why not? Those are only temporary effects. Temporary as in I think they last until you leave the Shattered Realm stuff. It's hard to say what's a good idea. Lily sure is barking a lot today. Nai Kazul, the Maw of Fire. Maw of Fire. Oh, convenient of the gate to appear in front of me, at least. Oh boy, I knew this would happen. So sometimes it gives you these areas that are made mostly of damaged ground that hurts to step on. And I don't like that. I don't feel like that's a good, fun thing to do. There's another one that's mostly magma that's similar. It seems like this isn't hurting me like a heck of a lot, though. At least not right now. Here. Maybe they made it more lenient or something. Oh hey, this is basically a place I was recently in. Visually. Similar layout. Now there's two boss. Pakla the Turning. I guess turning into a void monster. Also this guy. This guy's the boss of Act 2, though the game doesn't explicitly name its acts like that. He's actually kind of painful. And kind of has a lot of health. Oh. I must delve deeper. I just want to see how far I can get, really. I'm curious. It hasn't felt like it's gotten more difficult, except for that boss, maybe? I mean, there's scarier enemies now, like this thing. Kind of scary. Sun Eater and Moon Eater. Wow. Gonna eat all of the things that are in the sky. Chaos shell, as one word, doesn't really work, I don't think. Too many S's right next to each other. I haven't gotten anywhere close to having trouble with the time limit. Had main steel? I just wonder what some of these names are going for. That portal's a little far away. Wonder if you can hear the vacuum. I would say yes. Professional stream. Ah, I can go through the portal through the wall. Heck yeah. There's occasional times when I'm not allowed to spin, and that's a little scary. Rogue One. Goliath. Xanatan. Something big over there just kind of fell over because I killed enough stuff. That's a little silly. Oh. What? Okay. Bosses are getting more complicated now. Having stuff happen in them. There's like hazards and things. Ooh. There's one of the things. There's the other thing. I completed the quest. Because there's a quest to do like the first 5. I want to delve deeper. Let's get dead. I haven't really tried past 5. Maybe it gets significantly noticeable. Other than the bosses. Well, things aren't dying as immediately. I can tell that much. Well, not everything, at least. Some things aren't. There's more hazards and stuff around, I guess. Like all of these crystals and swirly zones that are not my swirly zone, surprisingly. I don't think the meteors are my doing. Not yet, anyway, but eventually, maybe. Lots of things making me flinch out of my spin. That's why I have my spin on 2 buttons, to make it easier to start spinning again. I think another reason I'd want games of different tones in this genre is they'd probably have more interesting music than like the forlorn, minimal instrument music that is most of the soundtrack for games like this. Diablo did it, this game does it, Path of Exile did it, I think. There's a lot of poison everywhere in this part. This is another one of those damage floor areas, I suppose. Only the enemies took damage from it. Like, can you move into the place where I am safe, maybe? No? That'd be fair. Yeah, pretty much. The main difference between this Diablo and Path of Exile is who owns the game. That's pretty accurate. Though there are, like, subtle gameplay differences. Probably not quite as subtle as I think they are. I would say this one is my favorite. It feels the most balanced and thought out. And reasonable. I didn't even get to read that beetle's name before the universe died. Oh. Is there a reason why not all of my buffs appear to be on? Were my buffs off this whole time? What? Did like something turn them off maybe? I was still doing that much damage without them. Weird. Hey, level 60. I must delve deeper. Ah, dang it. Why the pain zone? Hello again, Swilius. Hello, frame rate. I noticed you dipping a slight tiny bit. Too much nonsense. The Locust. And Gluckrog, Life Drinker. Oh, maybe my buffs turned off because like my energy got too low or something, because they have an active cost. That basically just means my energy regenerates slower. That makes sense, actually. Haunted Crab is probably my favorite random enemy name in this game. It's not really random. My favorite basic enemy type name. I don't know why crabs are so entertaining to me, but they are. I enjoy a crab. This particular mode in this game is a whole lot like the rifts in Diablo 3. It feels pretty much the same too. It's very kind of arcadey, which is what Diablo 3 is like in general. You can even spin in that game. I think at this point you can spin in all of the major games of this genre, which is clearly the most important part, obviously.
I'm going to enjoy this.
Wasn't this the same boss set that I just fought? Hello! Spin! I think I'll probably do one more delve deeper after this one, and then I'll have to go. Hopefully I don't die. I must delve deeper. Also, for some reason, I really like how one of the official bits of terminology for how these areas are divided up is the chunk. Chunk is just a good word. spin is too powerful. Haunted crab. Suddenly that reminds me, I wonder when the Switch version of Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles is going to come out. I'm reminded of that because the first boss is a large crab. How do I get down there? Oh well, doesn't matter. Things died from my mines. Still 2019. Alright, fair enough. I don't know what that noise was. Krognoth, the Blazing Vanguard. Alright. I think that guy was Chill Pincer. Time for the moody Malmeth music. Out of place again. I mean, it's not out of place because this is what Malmeth looks like, but it's out of place because this isn't Malmeth and doesn't have the attached story to it. And also it's full of random monsters that are exploding. I really do like the music though. It's probably the best song in the game that I know of. I need to actually finish Malmeth. The furthest I've gotten is meeting or befriending the witches in that. At least I finally finished the main game after like 700 hours. The base campaign. I feel like this character is not going to have a lot of difficulty getting through the rest of this difficulty. Although I've heard Malmeth is very scary. But I've probably been fighting some enemies from that expansion without realizing it. Oh no, it's Haldros the Burning Bile again. If someone ever makes a more lighthearted game in this genre, they'll also be able to do the random monster names, but intentionally silly. Hey, it's Sario the Carver. I know that name. Who else is here? I can't. Flesh Shaper Hinisius? Well, one of them's dead. Hooray! And I'll have to turn it in.
Well done.
That was like a whole level. Splendors. Yep, you only still get one shrine ever. That's annoying. I feel like you should get more than that. But maybe not. What is this gain above 12? More absorption and resistance. I mean, yeah, sure. I'm okay with that. I guess I have like +2 everything demolitionist probably. And what's in the boxes? Whole lot of stuff, probably. I'm only looking at green and above because I don't have the brain power to process all of the yellow stuff that drops. There was a blue thing. There's a blueprint. Blueprints are cool. That was bad speaking attempt. Hey, there's purple. Also, this music is weird and a little unsettling. Why is it all spooky? Okay, so what do we got? Fire Vitality. Vindictive Flame and Heart of Wrath. Well, I mean, it's not better than my legendary thing, I guess. What does it look like? Spooky! Okay. Yeah, it makes my damage drop by like 700. That's just a green. That's mostly damage stuff. 22 elemental resistance, it's alright. Chance when hit to gain a lot of resistance. Well, I'll hold on to that. Somebody might want that. Oh, hey, a belt that gives me bonuses to the stuff that I use, some of it. Armor absorption, pierce, bleeding. This is a nice belt. I do have a lot of retaliation stuff going on. Soldier blocky, shieldy metal. Sure. Did I open everything? Yes. Look at all that stuff I'm not gonna look at. Okay. Cold stuff. Damage stuff. Okay, this says it would add more damage, but if I actually used the controller to look at it, it would reduce my damage by 12,000, which is more damage per second than I have listed. The damage doesn't make sense in how it's listed in this game. At all. So don't worry about that too much. Most of this is just like damage boost equipment, I think. There's stuff that I'm not using, and it's not as good as what I'm using. Those are pretty good gloves, I think. Not a bad shield, but... Oh well. That was, less rewarding than I'd hoped. Really.
I'll give you a good price on what I've got left.
None of the shopkeepers sound very enthusiastic. Yeah, I'll hold on to the scarab shield. And also the, chest piece. And the other stuff that I found. All of those seem like things that somebody might be interested, either one of my characters or one of somebody else's characters. And these gloves aren't bad, so I'll hold on to those. Oh. I guess this is a special kind of helm that reduces... that makes bloody pox reduce resistances? That's pretty nice. Although I don't know about all the random damage numbers, and there's probably better ones that you can get.
See you around.
Got something you need stashed?
My stash has too much garbage in it. I don't use my personal stash enough either. Oh well. Well, I'm gonna have to stop now, so thank you all for watching my very short stream of spinning around. Gotta go to my appointment pretty soon. So thanks for watching. I will see you all later. I can't end the stream while spinning because I have to mouse off of the window. Okay, bye.